If you're seeing the first few seconds of this, you are definitely watching the replay. So thank you for watching the replay. Say replay in the comments so that I know and I can gauge how many views are coming on live versus watching the replay later after we're done here. For those of you who might be new, my name is Lauren Granado. I have been a top leader in direct sales. I've been in the industry for about 10 years now. I've helped hundreds of other women build businesses that have given them freedom of their time, and I've been actually running businesses and leading sales teams for almost 20 years now. So that feels really weird to say. I'm not old enough for that. Anyway, I am so glad that you're here, that you're watching. If you're here, you've probably been following my free Leader Life Masterclass all week. Today's the last day, and we're gonna wrap it up with a Q&A, and then I'll just kind of like hit on every topic that we've covered all week. And then at the end, I've got something really exciting to announce for you guys, especially if you've been wanting to, if you're a leader who wants to kind of dive deeper into the topics which we've been discussing all week, in order to make small, simple, but really powerful shifts for your team in order to see explosive growth without being glued to your phone, without feeling like you always have to be available, without working more. So I've got, well, first let's recap, okay? Day one, we started with becoming a time management expert. By the way, if you missed any of these, you can go back and watch them. They're on my website, legacyleadershiphub.com, and there's a menu item that says free masterclass. All the videos are going to be right there for you, no matter if you're watching this today live or 6 months from now or a year from now. They'll always be there. You can share them with your leader friends too. All right, so first, day one, we started with becoming a time management expert and really honing in on your income producing activities, blocking your time, making sure that you have office hours, that you are only going to work when you are available to work. You're only going to be answering messages from customers, teammates, whatever, when you are in your office hours. And that frees up the rest of your day, every single day of the week, to go enjoy your life and be present and actually get to live in the way which is the whole reason why you started a business like this, right? We all are here for the time freedom. It's important to actually enjoy it when you're working so hard to earn it. Day two was focusing on your personal business and how that is your secret weapon in leading your team. So when you're focusing on your team, right, and we're telling our team what to do, when we're training our team and we're creating resources for our team, and all of our energy is going there, and we're ignoring our personal business, we're not leading by example, we're not bringing in our own team members, the energy of your whole team is low, people are doing what they see you doing, which is ignoring your personal business. So what are they going to do? They're going to ignore their personal business. Even if they have 2 team members, they're going to think, I'm a leader now. I have to do all these leader things and ignore my personal business. They're not going to grow, and therefore your overall team is not going to grow if you do that. Day 3, we dove into KPIs. That is my absolute favorite training to do. It helps really hone in on exactly what your team needs to work on, what you should be training on, and that ties back into being wise with your time, right? Time management experts do not just look at their sales and go, sales are down, I'm going to go do a party booking training, or recruiting's down, I'm going to go offer a free purse to whoever brings in new recruits this month. We hone in on exactly why sales are down, on exactly why recruiting is down, and we tackle the specific, like, we cut it down, and find the specific reason why we are having the misses that we're having, and we go train based off of that. So it's actually effective. And then even if you want to offer incentives for those specific things, pinpoint it, right? Then they're effective and they actually result in more sales and team growth. Okay, so I'm going to dive in. Oh, and then yesterday we talked about who do you coach on your team? How do you know who to work with? How do you figure it out? Is it the top performers? Is it the newbies? Is it the people who you see massive potential in? And it's all based on their coachability, their willingness, and how they respond to you. Are they solution oriented? Are they coming to you with problems but not solutions? Are they asking you a million questions but not implementing the tasks that you're giving them? Okay, so I'm gonna jump into a few of the most commonly asked questions. If you've messaged me, by the way, throughout this. I think I have gotten back to all of you. I think I have found all of the messages that Facebook likes to hide in like the requests and spam folders and all that. But I did find another message this morning from a friend who had messaged me months ago, like more than 6 months ago, I think. And I went to her profile to hit message so I could send her a message, and it said like reply one in parentheses, and I was like, what the heck? So if you have messaged me and I have not gotten back to you, just like say something in the comments, and then I can go to your profile and look for the message, because otherwise it's not showing up in my inbox, my requests, my spam. I don't know why Facebook hates me right now, but that's what we're dealing with. So I think I have gotten back to all of you who have been asking me questions, but if I didn't, then just comment, say like me, message me, something, okay? All right, so the top question that I have gotten throughout this whole week is, what do I do, especially on day 4, I got this question a lot. What do I do if my team is not engaged, if they're not motivated, if I feel like I'm constantly pushing them to just work their business, like the most simple things? I'll do a training, I'll figure out what their miss is, I help them, and nobody on my team seems to care. Nobody on my team seems to want to work their business. All right. Here's what obviously it's going to depend on your unique team and your unique situation. Now, you could be asking this question with 25 people on your team, or you could be asking this question with 500 people on your team, right? But if you truly do not feel like you have workers on your team, if there's no one running, if you are working your personal business and you're like hitting pretty high sales and good recruiting each month, and there's nobody trying to catch you, there's nobody who cares, there's nobody with an ounce of internal motivation, you can't externally motivate them. You have to go recruit people who want to work. And I know that that is really hard because I've been there. Like I said, I multiple times, all these problems that I'm walking you guys through solving, they're problems that I have personally had and had to solve in order to have explosive growth on my team, in order to have a team who was consistently selling $350,000 a month, in order to have leadership promotions every month within our team, in order to have leaders, a whole team full of leaders who are making the same income as leaders with double to triple our team sizes. Okay? This is all based on things that I had to do myself, and then I've been able to turn around and teach others how to do it. I have had to rebuild my team at some point. And it's because I was following advice from the wrong people. I had the wrong people in my ear. I was following, I like to call it like the good idea fairy, right? It's not based on any experience or anything concrete. The good idea fairy likes to come sprinkle around like, oh, you should do this, we should do this. Oh, we want XYZ, so we should just try this. It's like you're throwing spaghetti at the wall, right? And seeing what sticks. And usually when you do that, none of it sticks. You just end up with a wall full of spaghetti sauce, and then you have to clean it up. You have all this work to do. But that's a huge trap, a huge leadership trap, is you think, oh, I'm going to be different, or I'm going to be better, so I'm going to figure out a better way to do things. And then you end up listening to the good idea fairy, and they're not actually successful. This good idea fairy that flies around telling you what you should be doing, they're not actually successful themselves. They're just, they are good at thinking outside the box, but that doesn't always equate to results. So I've had to rebuild my team, and the one thing that I did really notice happen when I was like, okay, I'm going to focus on my personal business, I'm going to rebuild my team, I'm only going to recruit workers. And we can dive deeper into that at a later time, how to do that. But once I was successfully doing that consistently, guess what happened to the rest of my team? They all started working. They all got motivated. And the leaders who were on my team when I had to rebuild, who I thought were not motivated or didn't want to work their personal businesses or weren't coachable, like I had all these internal, like, that's why we're not succeeding, right? So I'm going to focus on my personal business. I'm going to bring in workers. That raised the energy of our whole team. And those people who stuck with me, suddenly, once I started modeling the correct behaviors, they also started doing them. So this all comes back to people don't listen to your advice. They're not following your advice. They're following your example. All right. Another question. Sorry, I got to look back to my notes because I jotted a few down. Okay. Sorry, I wrote down like 20 questions, and we're not going to be able to cover 20 questions. So, ooh, this is a good one. Um, a, a lot of you guys have trouble or struggle with setting boundaries with your team, and not feeling guilty about it. Like, we talked about this on day one on time management, and uh, you have to have office hours. You have to have boundaries, and sometimes that means you're gonna have people messaging you, and you're in the middle of a coaching call, or you're in the middle of running a party, or you are focused on a task that you have to get done, and you're not going to open Messenger, or you're not going to look at your texts, and you're not going to respond right away, even when you're in your office hours. So there were a few of you who were like, okay, but what if, like, when am I going to have time to respond? First of all, you can block that into your calendar as a specific activity from like every day from this time to this time, I'm going to respond to messages, right? Like, and you can make it like an hour time block, a half an hour time block. But I know that it's hard, especially if you are leading because you want so badly to see others succeed, right? You see their potential, you see what they're capable of, you know that anyone can build this business, and you want so badly to help the people who are hungry to learn. Like, and it fills you up too, right? Like, it is fulfilling as a leader when someone comes to you and they're like, hey, I did this, this, and this, like you told me, like, what do I do next? And you want to answer right away, and you want to have that like ongoing conversation all the time. But that is part of the reason why you feel like you're working all the time and not being productive. That goes against the whole reason why you're in this business, the time freedom, right? So you have to release the idea that it is your responsibility for anyone to succeed. It is not your responsibility. It's your responsibility to make sure they have the tools, to make sure that you are coaching them properly and you are giving them good advice, right? Not good idea fairy advice, but real, like, evidence based advice. But it is not your job to hold their hand and babysit them. And what I've realized over years of leadership is that the people who will succeed, they're going to if you talk to them daily or once a week, because they're the self-starters, they're the people with internal motivation, they're the people who they're going to find a way. That's what makes a successful person. And if you're watching this, I probably just described you, right? That's why you are in the position that you're in, is because you have those characteristics. Think back to when you were new. Did you need your leader to like take you by the hand and babysit you and be like, did you get this done? Okay, next do this. Let's do it together. No, you probably were like, I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm going to go figure it out. I'll text my upline and ask her a question, and if I don't get an answer right away, like, I'm going to Google it. I'm going to ask somebody else. I'm going to go into the team group. I'm going to go into the team chat. I'm going to go click all the buttons on my back office and figure it out. Like, you're a figure it outer. Everything's figure outable. So you have to, especially if you want a team full of workers, you have to treat them like adults running businesses, not like kindergartners who are learning their ABCs. Okay, let's do 2 more questions. Sorry, I'm scrolling through them. Oh, this is a good one. How do I get my team to sell more without sounding pushy? Well, first you have to identify who actually wants to sell more. Are you helping them do something that they want, or are you helping them do something that you want them to do? If they actually want to sell more, then you need to use KPIs to dive into identify what they've already been trying versus what's working versus not working. Okay, so if they've already been doing all of the things, the correct behaviors in order to have high sales, but the high sales aren't coming, there is a miss somewhere. And it could be a million things, but that's why KPIs are necessary, and understanding how to identify which KPI you need to look at is necessary so that you can really pinpoint what exactly that person is struggling with, or even like your team KPIs as a whole, pinpointing what your team is missing. Most of the time, the majority of people on your team are missing the same thing. It could be hostess coaching, it could be social media, it could be follow-ups. A lot of it is follow-ups. And then honing in even deeper on those things. They could be hostess coaching, they could be posting on social media, they could be doing their follow-ups consistently, but their language is wrong. Or they need to build the skills of having those conversations and the responses and overcoming objections in them. Like you really got to like cut it down, right? And pinpoint the exact thing. So when you are throwing spaghetti at the wall, right? Or following the good idea fairy and you're like, I'm going to go do a bookings training and tell them to book parties, book, because our sales are low. That's when you probably are feeling like you're pushing them, right? You're trying to push for more sales. Maybe these people don't want to book parties. Maybe they don't want to sell more than they're selling. Maybe they want to, but they're already trying their hardest. They're working their ass off to book parties, and they don't know, like, you're telling them to go do the same thing they're doing, and they're trying, and it's frustrating because you're not pinpointing the miss. You're not pinpointing what they need. Once you start pinpointing exactly what they need, you're going to be serving them much more effectively, and you won't feel like you're pushing them because you're serving them. I hope that makes sense. All right, one more. Ooh, this is a good one. This is my favorite one. How do I deal with imposter syndrome? And when someone asked, when does the imposter syndrome go away? I said, I'll let you know. I will let you know because I still battle it. I've been battling it all week. I have very close friends who are tippy top of companies, who have teams that sell millions and millions of dollars every month, and they battle imposter syndrome also. I have friends who are currently in positions where, and I'm talking like high, like way above my head leaders, who are currently starting over in new companies and having to rebuild teams from scratch. And they're battling imposter syndrome hard right now. And I'm like, you've done this like 5 times before. You can do it again. Like, you could do this in your sleep. You know what you need to do. You're an expert at this point. But and they know, like, logically they know these things, but even they still are like, I don't know. Like, I don't know if I can do this. So the imposter syndrome, I don't know that it ever goes away, but you will eventually get really good at recognizing when it is happening. So you know that it's not, your thoughts are not real. They're not truth. And you can say, nope, I'm feeling that way because of imposter syndrome. I'm thinking these thoughts because of imposter syndrome. And instead of letting that be my reality, I'm just going to keep moving forward. And you can like remind yourself, I've accomplished this. Like, the reviews that I've gotten or the people on my team are always telling me XYZ positive things about my leadership abilities. Like, I know that these imposter syndrome thoughts are not reality, and I'm just going to move through it. Like, it never goes away, but you realize that it's happening and that it's not real. And that's pretty freeing when you get to that point. Okay, so the exciting announcement that I have for you guys, like I said, this week we've walked through the basic challenges that most leaders face when trying to grow their teams. But I wish I had all the time in the world to dive deeper with you guys, but obviously, like, in a free masterclass, that's not possible. So if you have been watching this and you've been wanting to dive deeper, if you've been asking questions, if you've been like discussing this masterclass with your friends, your leader friends, and if you would like to, if you're serious about growing your business and growing your team in a sustainable way, in a scalable way, because if you've got 100 people right now, right, your goal is to keep growing bigger and bigger. So if you are struggling to manage the 100 to 200 people you have right now, you need to get systems in place and you need to equip yourself with the tools to manage a team that's growing, because eventually you're going to have 1,000 people, 2,000 people. And if you don't make it scalable, what you're doing right now is not scalable, meaning you can still continue that in a sustainable way as your team explodes, you're going to lose your mind. You're going to feel so frustrated and like you're constantly just trying to work and figure out solutions, and you're not going to have enough time in the day to do it. So it's important that you figure out solutions now. So if you would like to figure out solutions now, if you'd like to deep dive more into not only time management and working your personal business and KPIs and knowing who on your team to coach, you want to dive into those things, but also dive into how to teach other people those things, how to lead your leaders on your team. This is for you. So I have created a mastermind program. It's called the Legacy Leader Mastermind. And this is for mid-level, which means you could have 50 to 500 people on your team. That's a big range, right? Any mid-level leaders who want to hone in on the exact systems to use in order to see explosive team sales and explosive team growth, and be able to teach the leaders on their team how to do the same things they're doing. We're going to have a deep dive into coaching on leadership, time management, sales, recruiting, teaching these things to your team in an effective, sustainable way. There's going to be personalized support so that you're not alone in figuring things out. I know sometimes watching a training or watching like this masterclass, a lot of you have been asking questions, but I'm sure that there are a lot more of you who are just watching and trying to figure it out, like watching, figuring it out. If you want a more personalized approach, then this is for you. The mastermind is for you. You will also get lifetime access to my membership program, which I'll be launching, where you will be able to get monthly resources for your team, digital resources to help run your team space if you have a team large enough where you are running a team space. And then, of course, you get to network and connect with other leaders and have that community with other people who are trying to accomplish the same things that you are. And normally, I haven't put a price on that yet since I'm still building it, but I'm thinking that future membership is probably going to be like $40 to $50. If you join the mastermind, the Legacy Leader Mastermind that I am launching today, you will be grandfathered into that membership for life for free. So that is, I think that's pretty exciting. I think for me, that's the most exciting part. Obviously, you're also going to see massive results for your team from pinpointing exactly what you need to work with and having that personalized support that we're going to do. But the free membership for life is like the gift that keeps on giving, right? Okay, so the total value, we'll have weekly training and coaching sessions, by the way. So it's weekly training and coaching sessions for 3 months. We are going to start April. It'll be March, April, May. I'm like, what month is it? We're going to be 3 months, March, April, May. For those 3 months, during the mastermind, you're going to have weekly training and coaching. You're going to have personalized support. You'll get printable resources to take back to your team to help them be more effective in running their personal businesses. You'll get training aids to use with your team in order to help you more effectively and efficiently train them. And then, of course, the community aspect, and then the free membership for life. Okay, all of that together, actually excluding the free membership for life, because I don't even know how to value that. Everything else, the weekly training and coaching and printable resources and training aids for your team, the value is about $1,000. It's just under $1,000. Right now, because this is the first time that I'm offering this, and I don't even know if I'll ever offer it again. I can't make any promises. If I do offer it again, it will be full price. It will not be at this price. Right now, I am offering it, you guys ready, for $147 total. I'm going to have some friends in my messages yelling at me for doing this because they're going to say I'm undervaluing myself, but that's fine. I might have lost my mind. It's okay. I have this number in my head and I'm feeling led to use it. And also, all of you who participate in this round 1 of Mastermind, you're going to be I'm going to be providing massive value to you. Obviously, I'm going to be helping you grow your teams in scalable ways without working all the time. You're going to feel more confident as a leader. You're going to be fulfilled by leadership rather than stressed out. You won't feel stuck anymore. You're going to get unstuck and everything's going to flow, okay? Rather than you feeling like you're forcing growth in your team. But you, without even realizing it probably, are also going to be helping me figure out what future products and services to create in order to serve more leaders who are just like you. That's my mission, and the best way that I can have my finger on the pulse of how I can best serve people who are just like you is to work with you. So $147 total, not per month, total for 3 months of the Legacy Leader Mastermind. Now, I'm going to make a post, and I've already had a couple of you say, like, I'm in, I'm ready. I need to send the link to those people as soon as the link is live when I jump off of here. Then I'll make the post for everybody else. Spots will be extremely limited because I really want to make sure that I can really work one-on-one and provide personalized support to everybody. And if there's 50 people, I can't do that. So there are going to be limited spots. This opportunity will end in a week, next Friday. But if spots fill up before then, it will be closed before then. So do not wait. If you're, like I said, if you're feeling stuck and you feel like you're doing all the right things, but you can't figure out how to move your team forward, don't wait. Like, this could be something that changes your business forever. This could be something that changes your life. I've been in masterminds which have massively changed my life. Actually, I don't think I've ever been in a mastermind that didn't change my life. And I mean, like, it changed my business and changed my income, but also gave me new connections, changed how I approach life outside of business as a person, changed my personal relationships. So if you this week are like, oh my God, she's speaking to me, like, that's me. I want my team to grow. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I need more personalized support. This is for you. You need to act as soon as I put that link up and make sure that you get your spot. Okay, I'm going to jump off of here. Thank you again, everybody, for watching and participating in, hopefully following the tasks of the free masterclass that I've been doing all week. Thank you for all of your feedback. And like I said, anyone who has had questions or who has questions, if you've messaged me and I haven't responded, just say something in the comments so that way I can, like, specifically go to your profile and open Messenger to your messages, because Facebook is not letting me know. And if you have any, like, hesitations or you're unsure if the mastermind is for you, if it sounds like something that would help you, but you're like, oh, I don't know because my situation is XYZ, please message me and ask me questions. I have had a couple conversations with people who it wasn't for yesterday. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to be like, yeah, just sign up, because like I said, a big part of this is that you're also helping me figure out what I can do to better serve leaders who are just like you. So if you're not a good candidate for this mastermind, if you're not the type of person, if you're not at the level, team size, whatever, if you aren't the person who I'm trying to serve, then I'm going to be very honest with you, and I'm going to tell you, like, hey, I'm more than happy to give you advice. I'm more than happy to help you, but I don't think the mastermind is a good option for you right now. Maybe down the road if I offer it again. So I have, like I said, I have been honest with a couple of people and told them, like, I'm more than happy to help you with the problems you're facing, but I don't think that you're going to benefit from the mastermind at this time. Because if I just, like, let you guys all sign up for it, if it's not right for you, then I'm taking your money and I'm not going to be able to provide value. And that feels gross, right? Like, so if you have questions, message me. Other than that, watch for my next post. All right, bye.